Eumaeus, the loyal swineherd, is a significant character in Homer's epic poem The Odyssey, composed in the 8th century BC. He is a central figure in the epic's second half. He aids Odysseus upon his return to Ithaca, renowned for his unwavering loyalty, innate nobility, and strict adherence to the sacred laws of hospitality. Despite his servile status, he emerges as a paragon of virtue, providing Odysseus, disguised as a beggar, with shelter, food, and crucial intelligence. He represents the enduring moral order of Ithaca and serves as a vital ally in Odysseus's mission to reclaim his home and family. One character story. Eumaeus' story is one of noble birth, tragic reversal, and steadfast service. He is not a slave by birth but the son of a king, Theseus, of the island of Syria. As a child, he was kidnapped by Phoenician traders and sold into slavery to Odysseus's father, Odysseus. Despite this fall from fortune, he was raised with care alongside Odysseus's sister, Timone. His innate nobility and loyalty were recognized, and he was entrusted with managing the royal swineherds. For 20 years, during Odysseus's absence and the ensuing chaos of the suitors' occupation of the palace, Eumaeus remains a pillar of dutiful integrity. He diligently protects the royal livestock from the suitors' constant gluttony, an act of economic and symbolic resistance. His homestead is an oasis of order and piety, in sharp contrast to the palace's disorder. His primary narrative action begins when a disguised Odysseus, guided by Athena, seeks shelter at his hut. Eumaeus immediately exemplifies perfect xenia by offering food, wine, and shelter without question, despite his limited means and grief for his lost master. He treats the ragged beggar with respect, shares his sorrows, and even gives him his own warm cloak for the night. This hospitality is not merely ritualistic but deeply humane. Odysseus tests Eumaeus with a fictional tale that claims Odysseus is alive. Still, the swineherd, hardened by deceitful rumors, rejects false hope, revealing both his shrewdness and his profound, wounded loyalty. When Telemachus, returning from Sparta, seeks refuge with Eumaeus to avoid a suitor ambush, the swineherd receives the young prince with equal devotion. In the final showdown, he faithfully accompanies the beggar to the palace, endures insults from the suitors, and fights alongside Odysseus. Eumaeus actively participates in the slaughter of the suitors, delivering the first blow to the goatherd Melanthius, who betrayed the household. His story culminates in his restoration to a position of honor in the redeemed kingdom. Role in the narrative. Eumaeus serves several crucial narrative functions. First, he is the primary facilitator of Odysseus's reintegration into Ithaca. His hut provides a secure, morally sound staging ground where Odysseus can shed his maritime identity, assess the situation, reunite with his son, and plan his strategy. Eumaeus is the first Ithacan to welcome the king home, symbolically reinitiating the proper social order through his impeccable hospitality. Second, he serves as a key informant. Through his conversations with the disguised Odysseus, the audience learns in detail about the state of Ithaca, Penelope's distress, Telemachus's coming of age, the suitors' depredations, and the fate of Odysseus's parents. His life story broadens the epic's geographical and social scope, highlighting themes of fortune, loss, and loyalty. Third, Eumaeus also advances the plot. He unknowingly helps his master gather information and formulate plans to reclaim his throne. Eumaeus is entrusted with delivering messages, rallying support, and coordinating with other loyal figures, such as Philœtius and Telemachus. Thus, his presence is instrumental to the successful execution of Odysseus's revenge against the suitors. Symbolic significance. Eumaeus is a profound symbol of innate nobility and the true meaning of social order. His character dismantles simplistic class hierarchies. Although a slave by circumstance, he is nobler than the aristocratic suitors because of his virtue, intelligence, and ethical conduct. He symbolizes that true worth is determined by character and action, not by birth alone. Furthermore, he is the living embodiment of faithful xenia, hospitality, and righteous order. His well-managed hut, respectful treatment of strangers, and stewardship of royal property stand in stark, deliberate contrast to the suitors' wasteful, disrespectful, and violent perversion of these codes in the palace. In a narrative about the restoration of order, the audience needs a tangible representation of that order. Eumaeus provides it. Eumaeus' elevation in the narrative suggests an idealized view of servitude, in which loyalty and moral behavior are rewarded with affection, respect, and eventual elevation. At the poem's end, Odysseus promises Eumaeus freedom and a position of honor in his restored household, thereby further emphasizing the value of his virtues. Across centuries, Eumaeus has been almost universally praised as one of the most admirable and emotionally resonant characters in the Odyssey. He is regarded as the moral heart of the epic, a man whose simple decency exposes the corruption of the powerful. His deep, personal loyalty and moving backstory evoke a strong empathetic response, making him not just a functional character but a beloved one. He is frequently cited as Homer's humane testament to the virtues of fidelity and good-heartedness. Eumaeus' role extends beyond the plot's immediate concerns. In the broader mythological and literary tradition, he becomes a prototype for the faithful servant figure that recurs in later literature. From Shakespearean characters like Kent in King Lear to modern loyal retainers in film and fiction, the echoes of Eumaeus' character continue to resonate. He reminds the reader that loyalty, compassion, and humility are enduring virtues. In a world fractured by war, displacement, and social upheaval, Eumaeus' steadfastness exemplifies personal integrity. For conclusion, in Homer's Odyssey, Eumaeus, the loyal swineherd, is introduced as the paragon of loyalty and hospitality who aids Odysseus's return. He may not wield a sword in the great battles, but his presence is no less heroic. As a narrative agent, a symbol of loyalty and virtue, and a reflection of Homeric values, Eumaeus serves as a moral compass in a world beset by disorder. Through his humility, constancy, and quiet strength, he offers a profoundly human counterpoint to the larger-than-life events and characters of the Odyssey. In honoring Eumaeus, Homer honors the unsung heroes whose steadfastness upholds the fabric of civilization. Far from a mere servant, Eumaeus is foundational to the epic's moral and narrative architecture. He embodies the innate nobility and religious order that have been shattered, and Odysseus must restore them. He is placed among the epic's most virtuous and compelling figures. He serves as the story's moral compass, a touchstone of human goodness whose loyalty and integrity provide an emotional and ethical anchor amid the epic's cycles of violence, cunning, and adventure. In Eumaeus, Homer demonstrates that the foundation of a hero's kingdom rests not only on the might and wisdom of its king but also on the steadfast, honorable hearts of those who serve him with devotion.